Hi there. My name is Paul Rainville. I'd like to read a letter that my father wrote to my mother. He was in a prisoner of war camp. He was shot down over Germany. He was flying formation and they took a bomb from one of the planes up above them. Then they got caught in flak. The fuel line was cut and they went down. He ended up in Stalag Luft 3, the famous camp where the Great Escape happened. He arrived in January, and on February 27th, he wrote this letter to my mother. My dearest wife, many times lately I have been wondering if you had received a telegram of a more cheerful nature than the first one. Very often I worried over your health. Those days must have been agony. Darling, I hope your worries and sufferings are all over now. Believe me, we are all well treated, and in spite of an occasional feeling of monotony, our community is quite cheerful. Forgive me for telling you I was not flying. You'll understand it or excuse it when you know I did not want you to worry. I wished to finish my tour quickly and get it done with. Being out of action, many sweet memories come back to my mind. Despite the separation, the temporary depression caused by a last flight and its many reactions, I still believe we are quite fortunate, and I thank God to have spared my life. We can look forward to and here the writing gets a little hard to read, full life, many, many years, most beautiful home we cherish in our hearts. Something like that. G, we'll have a certain little baby to care for. I know you have done so alone, but think of our happiness when I'll be able to give her her bottle, toss her up in the air, etc. Maybe somebody will think I need a good rest after all this, and will be able to show Chichi, Cecile, my sister, the sights of a summer or winter resort. As far as we are concerned, the surroundings will not matter much. Right now, I could whistle quite a number of tunes and let go cold all the best cups of tea so that the only one could complain of having married a cold man. Please, darling, remember that. One day I'll remind you by looking down on a classical nose. Will you please include a pipe with the clothing parcel? Have read Pickwick Papers, The Last of the Barons, fascinating historical novel, learning Spanish. A special brand of kiss for you. Love to you and Chichi, Guy. He wrote a telegram on May the 8th, 1945 to Mrs. G.H. Rainville in Port Perry, Ontario. Repatriated to England. My address is Liberated POW, RCAF overseas. Am fit and well, all my love, Guy. And this is the infamous telegram that so many wives and families received, and it says it's from the RCAF casualties officer who wrote on January 18th, Mrs. G.H. Rainville, Port Perry, Ontario, regret to advise you that your husband, Flight Lieutenant Guy Henri Rainville, DFM, 15751, is reported missing after air operations overseas, January 15th. Stop. Letter follows. That must have been very hard to receive. His letter must have been great to receive, and we salute our heroes.